There were all types of things when it comes to things like forbearance and deferment, where prior to a couple of months ago, the Department of Education under Trump had a different interpretation of whether that payment counted than how the Biden administration was handling those plans. There was also a different interpretation between the two administrations when it came to consolidated loans. With the Biden administration, if you consolidated two loans that had varying amounts of forgiveness credits prior to the consolidation, when you consolidated, they would give you credit for that new loan based on the weighted average of the credits that each of the original loans had before the consolidation. And it was heavily weighted towards the loans where you owed the most money. So, for example, let's say that you have a loan that is $200,000 and you have 5 years worth of forgiveness credits on that loan, and you consolidate it with a $10,000 loan that had 19 years worth of credit. It doesn't matter if that loan was like a year or 6 years from forgiveness, because it's so much smaller than the $200,000 loan with 5 years credit. The weighted average for that new loan would go much closer to the 5 years than it would to the 19 years. That was how it worked in the Biden administration. However, from what we know, based on the Trump administration's going back to the original rules, if you consolidate student loans right now, you lose all credit and you start from zero. So if they're looking at those two interpretations and they're trying to figure out how much credit you have, well, they disagree if it's a consolidated loan. They disagree if it's a loan that has extended periods of forbearance and deferment.